Society loves a simple explanation for a missed deadline or a blank screen. The verdict is usually quick and unforgiving. You lack willpower. You are simply lazy. But this explanation fails when we look at high achievers. Some of the most driven, intelligent people experience the most severe, chronic forms of task avoidance. True laziness stems from an absence of desire, a comfortable preference for inaction. The intelligent procrastinator, by contrast, desperately wants to take action and feels deep distress over their inability to move forward. The brain is not resting during these periods of stasis. While the body remains perfectly still, the mind burns through massive amounts of energy in the background. The mind is trapped in a closed loop. Instead of executing the work, it runs uncontrolled simulations of the pending task, plotting out every conceivable way the project might unfold. For the hyper-analytical mind, the failure to initiate action is a catastrophic system failure, a brain that has crashed from over-processing. This process often begins with a seemingly basic assignment, drafting a standard email or planning a weekly schedule. A person with high internal standards immediately raises the stakes of that simple task. The subconscious goal shifts from completion to flawless execution. To guarantee that flawless execution, the brain acts as a prediction engine. As we see here, a single starting point instantly fractures into dozens of diverging pathways as the mind attempts to forecast the future. The analytical mind maps out every potential pitfall and alternative route. It charts the consequences of a colleague misinterpreting a word or a single meeting running 10 minutes late. These simulations compound. Solving one hypothetical problem spontaneously generates multiple new variables, turning a straightforward plan into an expanding web of contingencies. This complex calculation happens entirely inside the head. The physical work has not yet begun. The pursuit of a perfect outcome transforms a single step into an unnavigable maze of theoretical possibilities. Psychologists measure this effort through cognitive load, the strict limit of human working memory. This gauge illustrates how quickly that finite space fills up when evaluating a task. Maintaining dozens of simultaneous variables in working memory pushes the brain toward this hard limit, eventually causing a total system overflow. The moment that limit is breached, an acute sensation of mental fatigue sets in. It feels as though you have been working for hours, even though you have yet to take a single step. The internal cascade reaches its climax. The mind exhausts its daily energy reserves solely through the friction of trying to plan the perfect approach. This specific state of exhausted immobility is known as analysis paralysis. The system crashes because the brain's processing power was entirely consumed before execution could begin. If you spend hours staring with guilt at an unstarted project, you need to reframe that experience. This procrastination is a structural bottleneck. The analytical brain attempts to process too much data at once, stalling the system regardless of your actual work ethic. Traditional productivity advice often fails here. Telling an analytical mind to just try harder increases the pressure on an already overloaded system, making the simulations even more frantic. The solution is to deliberately lower the initial cognitive load when you approach a new task. You achieve this by intentionally executing a flawed, low-stakes physical step. Write a placeholder sentence. Draw a messy, imperfect outline. This forces the brain out of the theoretical realm and into the physical one. By prioritizing imperfect physical momentum, the intelligent mind bypasses its own exhaustive simulation engine